I have never faced discrimination for my gender in the armed forces. Be disciplined, be physically and mentally resilient, dress well, train well, keep upgrading your skills, be professionally competent. If you do that, and if you're professionally competent, you will be respected. You don't have to resort to any other methods of looking at equality. Professional competence will lead you to equality. I'm very proud to wear my uniform. So my day starts with wearing my uniform. That gives me so much strength and encouragement. I never feel that I don't want to go to work. I live each day as it comes.
Good evening, ma'am, and welcome to the Indian Express. First of all, hearty congratulations on this achievement, and really, it's a great pleasure that you are over here. Surgeon Vice Admiral Aarti Serene is the first woman to now serve as the Director General, Armed Forces Medical Services. She has also the rare distinction of having served in all the three branches of the Indian Armed Forces. Ma'am, what an achievement. So, let me just quickly get to you and ask you that, in this long and illustrious career, I'm sure there must have been multiple challenges. And, being a leader is not easy. So, how did you deal with that? And, what were the obstacles that you faced? Thanks.
Our training starts first in medical college to be able to deal with tough academics and studies. And as soon as that happens, we do our internship, and then we go on to do a basic course where we are taught military skills. So these particular courses help you gain a lot of physical as well as mental resilience. So we treat challenges on a daily basis. I look at challenges on a daily basis, both personal as well as professional. So challenges come and go. So that's how I look at it. We deal with them every day. And like you said, personal and professional.
Reaching the top post, I mean, there must be something that you want to tell our viewers. What is the kind of thing that you should, how do you hang in there? And as a woman, I mean, you're the 46th DG AFMS, if I'm not mistaken.
Hard work, being professionally competent,
right,
and bashing on regardless.
Okay. So
those are the three mantras that I have kept. Yeah.
Challenges in this space, which has been so much of where you see a lot of men in these top positions. So, your journey there. I mean, as a woman.
Like I said, we are treated very, very, very fairly and very much equal. I have never faced discrimination for my gender in the armed forces. It's all about your excellence at work and the criteria they use to promote you. Yes, as you can see, we also have the DGMS Army, who's also a lady officer. Yes.
Right.
So I think this is the right time for
more and more women to be on the top.
Yes, and they have never stopped us. If you are professionally competent, you always make it.
Now as DGFMS, what is on your priority list? The top three things, to ensure the health, the physical, mental health of our soldiers, our officers. Would you like to expand on that?
Yes, I would like to just tell you that the Armed Forces Medical Services provides state-of-the-art treatment to its dependents, namely the soldiers, their families, as well as the veterans. So my predecessors have already set the ball rolling. They've set it at a very high standard. My aim now is to stabilize what they've done and take it forward, like in any other field. So I'm looking at what I've told you before also, digitization, where we want to progress digitization, improve digitization to improve our efficiency, and finally towards providing the best kind of medical care to the soldiers, whether it's in war or in peace. If it's in war, then how are we going to evacuate them? How are we going to communicate? What we're going to do? What is our strategy in ops? And in peace, where we look after their families at the level of the hospitals to improve efficiency, waiting times, healthcare delivery, and efficiency, overall efficiency of healthcare.
So, ma'am, this year, AFMS, the Armed Forces Medical Services has already aligned, they have tied up with the IITs in Hyderabad, in Kanpur, and a lot of other areas where you are looking at AI-driven innovations and something unique for looking at healthcare. So, anything you would like to talk about?
Yes, my predecessor, General Daljeet Singh, had taken a lot of steps. We have MOUs with all these institutions, like you just said. We recently met the DG ICMR, who we are engaged with on a very, very major basis towards, increasing the number of research projects that are being taken up by the armed forces personnel. They're giving
Right.
special priority to the armed forces in various projects, including PhDs for our medical officers who can further their education through the ICMR. We are also looking at various projects, medical innovations through other branches like IDEX. IDEX is one of them. And TDAC, the naval organization, TDAC, we are also tying up with DRDO, particularly in the fields of marine medicine. We are looking forward to working with EPAS on that. We are also looking at upgrading the Institute of Naval Medicine at INHS Ashwini, Mumbai, in terms of, research and care for underwater medicine. We are about to graduate our first batch of MD in marine medicine, so we want to take it further. We are also involved in the Samudrayan project with the National Institute
Oh,
of
yes.
Ocean Technology. And we are
Right.
also involved in the Gaganyaan project in the recovery of the module part of it. So
Wow, that's
we
a
have,
lot of.
we
So,
have,
ma'am, as we are speaking, there are two dynamic women officers who are circumnavigating the globe, and they have spoken about a lot of inspiration. So, ma'am, you have been a leader and you have been inspiring a lot of women. So, what do you tell them, and who has been your inspiration?
well, to start with, my inspiration started with, from the bottom of the ladder, if you look at it, was this graduate of the Armed Forces Medical College from the M batch, whom I went to as a patient. I was so impressed with her, and I said, I'm going to join AFMC. So that started it. Then I developed
And who was
role
that?
models along the way. She was Surgeon Lieutenant Mala Pandey from M batch. She is
Oh,
now
okay.
relocated and lives in America, and she's a medical oncologist. But she was one of my first few inspirations. So I always wanted to be a doctor, but to join the Armed Forces Medical College, medical services and the AFMC, definitely she had a small role in that. Yeah, and that went on. Of course, starting before her, I would say was my principal, Miss Jayaraja Rao, who today is 93 years old.
Wow.
She shaped our personalities to what we are today: discipline, extracurricular activities, academics. She even would look after how we looked and how we dressed. And she's an amazing woman. She lives in
Wow, that's
America
so
now.
interesting.
Then I looked up to a lot of senior army officers who were in the AMC, Army Medical Corps. General Nilma Ahuja, she was a major general in 1987, the first to command a command hospital in
Right.
1987. So I think all credit goes to her. And a small little excerpt from that: whenever I better my career, her son, in her memory, sends me a message that mommy from out there must be smiling at you. So I get very, very encouraged and inspired by that. Then we have Vice Admiral Punita Arora, who was DGMS Navy. We have Air Marshal Padma Bandyopadhyay, General Madhuri Kanitkar, who's presently the
Yes.
Vice Chancellor of
Oh, yes.
the MUHS,
Maharashtra
and
University. Yeah.
yes, Dr. Ketun Dinshaw, my director of Tata Memorial Hospital when I did my radiation oncology there. Another amazing role model to have. Cancer care in India is what it is today, thanks to her.
So what do you
And like
tell
you just
what do you tell these young officers? What do you tell these women? Join the defense and
yes, I tell them that all what my principal made us do: be disciplined, be physically and mentally resilient, dress well, train well, keep upgrading your skills, be professionally competent. If you do that, and if you're professionally competent, you will be respected. You don't have to resort to any other methods of looking at equality. Professional competence will lead you to equality. So that's what
so,
I would
ma'am,
say.
coming on the personal part of your life, I mean, you're an able daughter, and how do you maintain this work-life balance? What is your day like? And now that you're DJ FMS, so
My
multiple
day
things.
starts with Yes, and my day starts with, like I said, I'm very proud to wear my uniform. So my day starts with wearing my uniform. That gives me so much strength and encouragement. I never feel that I don't want to go to work. I live each day as it comes. I segregate my professional and personal life. And my family has been very supportive, I would say. They have been very adjusting to many of the times that I might have been absent. But I've tried to do a lot of time management. I also stay in touch with a lot of my friends. I also stay in touch with a lot of my patients whom I get a lot of positive energy and inspiration from. And that's so much of support from everybody around that I just get by with a little help from my friends, from my relatives, my brother,
And a
my
movie
sister.
thrown in or some entertainment.
My husband has been my biggest support. We've always split our duties. When he had to study, I stayed back. When I had to study, then he stayed back. And we looked after our son now, who's 31 years old. Yes, yes.
Well, ma'am, it's lovely talking to
My
you. I
mother,
know you're
my mother is one of my inspirations. She has been a great supporter, and my late father, who who was such a, he was such a forward-looking person in his time. He would make my mother a cup of tea because she was a professional working woman. He would wake up in the morning and make her a cup of tea, and he inculcated everything in me. I never felt at any given time that I was a girl child, was treated absolutely equally. He wanted me to be educated. He took me for all my interviews, and he would have been so happy today.
Oh, yes, I'm sure of it, like all of us are, ma'am. And I know you're extremely busy, but thank you so much for your time. And we hope to meet you physically soon. So, yes, thank you for joining us. And
Yeah, we will do that.
yes, and if you have liked, dear viewers, if you have liked this conversation, please do subscribe to our Indian Express channel, and please wait for more interesting content. Thank you so much. Thank you.